Hello and welcome to Ask One to Grow On, our mini episode series that answers your questions, queries, and concerns. Today's question comes from Kathy on Twitter. They ask, are there any unusual fish or lobster byproducts that we would not expect used in agriculture? This is an awesome question. We use a lot of fish byproducts in different ways in agriculture. The main way is something like fish emulsion, which is basically the remnants. It is like a fluid that is left behind when you are farming fish. It includes fish oils and fish scraps generally. It can be used as an organic plant nutrition amendment. I have used fish emulsion for my houseplants before. My dad, actually, I was chatting with my dad before recording this little Ask One to Grow On. He mentioned the planting of the fish, which is kind of something that people sometimes hear about when they hear about the history of Thanksgiving in America. Planting a fish under a corn plant was a practice of some native peoples here in the Americas. Basically, sometimes soils can have micronutrient deficiencies, and if you plant a fish have a lot of micronutrients in them, and so it's going to counterbalance any micronutrient issues that you might have in a specific area. So you're just adding a little bit more of those more unusual nutrients that if you're low on them in a certain area, a fish is going to be plenty for one plant. Now, lobsters I did not know as much about. So I was actually doing some research and I found an awesome paper from 2017 that basically rounded up all of the different research for using lobster in an agricultural way. This is so interesting. So we do use lobster shells. So lobsters have a hard exoskeleton. They are arthropods, and that exoskeleton is mostly made of chitin. Chitin is the same thing that all bugs are made of. All arthropods are made of this chitinous material. Chitin, apparently, and I did not know this until researching this, has fungicidal attributes. So there is currently research being done to use chitin and chitosan, which is something that you can make with chitin by adding an alkaloid, as a fungicide in different ways. So either treating fungal plant diseases or inhibiting pathogens on food. Super interesting stuff. There is also research being done to use chitosan, which is again made from chitin, to produce things like edible films. And I actually learned about this in grad school, but I did not know that you could make it from lobster shells. So basically what I learned about when I was in grad school was actually in my post-harvest class, so thinking about how we keep food fresh after it leaves the farm. And there's currently some research being done. I know of the research on strawberries. They might be doing it on other plants as well, to basically create a thin edible film that will go over a strawberry. Basically, it is antifungal, and so it will deter plant pathogens, and it has a few other characteristics that help the strawberries live longer. So basically, you just dip the strawberries in this liquid, and it forms a film, and strawberries are able to live longer. This is still up-and-coming research. It's not being practiced, as far as I can tell, in the industry anyway, but very, very interesting research stuff. Thanks for listening to this mini episode of Ask One to Grow On. If you have your own questions that you would like answered, you can email us at askonetogrowonpod@gmail.com, or you can post with the hashtag AskOneToGrowOn.